Today we're going to learn about the water cycle. These are the parts of the water cycle. We have evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Here's a diagram of what the water cycle looks like. It's a little more in depth than we're going to go into today, but it's a good tool to see where the different parts of the water cycle happen. Let's talk about evaporation. This is the first step in the water cycle. Evaporation is the process when water in its liquid form gets too hot and turns into a gas form. For example, the steam that comes from a boiling pot of water is a form of evaporation. Condensation is what happens as the evaporation cools down a little. The steam cools and creates clouds. When these clouds get too heavy, we get precipitation. Precipitation is when the water in its gas state returns to water in its liquid state. There are lots of types of different precipitation: snow, rain, sleet, and hail. We sometimes use this precipitation as drinking water and collect it in large collection systems. Some people might collect water at home to water their plants or provide drinking water for their livestock in rain barrels. Big companies will take water from the lakes, reserves, and oceans to turn into drinking water. Water pollution is a huge problem. The water can get polluted in all 4 stages of the water cycle. Some ways we pollute our water include runoff from pesticides, sewage, livestock waste, oil, and emissions from cars and cleaning products that we use to clean our cars. With all the pollution in our water, we have to be careful what we drink. Bottled water may sound like the best choice, but the factories making the bottles may be adding to the pollution, and the bottles, if not recycled, often end up in landfills. We can see the effects of water pollution in Minamata Bay in Japan. They can't drink the water or use it for cooking. Situations like this often end up affecting the wildlife in the area and can be a breeding ground for disease. There are lots of ways to stop pollution. We can ride bikes, walk, carpool, cut down on emissions from factories, or try to stop littering. Out of all the water on the planet, 96.1% of it is from oceans and might be unusable because of the salt content. We have to take care of the water, especially when we can only use 1% of the water on the planet. We can see that in the graph here.